my goodness. Can't believe how excited I am for a game that features nobody.
Oh, man.
There's a few people.
There's a couple. Actually, it's literally a couple of people I'm excited about. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the pregame show.
Let's go.
That I can tell when you're thinking that. I can so
Well,
tell.
just as a way to future reference, I'm always faking it.
Well, you know what? It's like the meta imposter. If you're always pretending to be a person, are you the person you are or the person you pretend to be?
I would say neither.
You're like Russell Wilson.
Yeah, does Russell Wilson know who he is? That's my point.
right.
That's right. That's right. We're not. I never want to talk Broncos on here again. We've already
just
done
brought it up,
We've
man.
done it for like 14 seconds this
Yeah.
year. Way too much.
Yeah.
Way too much. Let's talk Denver Nuggets or whoever it is they're trotting out on the court tonight. We think it's the Denver Nuggets. They take on the Phoenix Suns tonight, and it's going to be an interesting one because a lot of guys are not playing, but some guys are. Here to help me talk about all of that, I've got Grateful Dev. What do you think of my joke, dude? What do you think? That's a good joke, isn't it? Grateful Dev. Because his shirt.
We're getting closer to the season. I love just getting the games out of the way because I'm ready for the real thing.
Well, how far away are we? 1 week? We're like 9 days away from the regular season.
My calendar goes like this. I wake up and I go, what do I have to do today? And then nothing else.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But in all sincerity, Dev, are you over the preseason?
I am. I just I don't know how much we're learning from the preseason.
Nothing at the moment.
I think that's what the issue is. Like, I like meaningful
Yes.
basketball. If there's not a real competition battle or anything to learn from it, you can't talk about defense. Most guys are not playing. I feel like you should try to get your rhythm in these type of games, but we haven't seen much of it. So, yeah, I'm ready for the regular season.
See, I'm not. I'm going to disagree with you. I'm ready for one preseason game that actually makes sense. You know, like we haven't had it. So if we don't get one, I'm going to kind of feel like we got robbed. You know, like we didn't get a preseason. So, but after one game, I will be over it. Over here, though, I've got the man who's lost all faith in humanity. It's D-Line.
Oh, man. Tonight's matchup reminds me of my favorite Grateful Dead song. Oh, Dev, what's yours?
Yeah, what is yours? Give me your top three.
Yeah, just not the time. It doesn't have to be.
Actually, just give us one. Just give me your top
Yeah,
one.
you just like a song you've heard.
Don't drop that dun dun dun.
I think we all love that. I think we all love that.
Total banger. The club remix is the better one. No, the club remix is the better one. That was the greatest, like, fake too. Like, what a horrible attempt at a fake Grateful Dead song.
Yeah, but y'all haven't heard the remix. That's
right.
why.
That is the remix.
The
There's a
crazy
remix.
part is that I can't even like tell him he's wrong. I don't know any songs either. Really?
All right, well, there we go. Guys, later on in the show, we are going to prepare. I'm so excited for this, guys. You know, busy behind the scenes. We've been working on this documentary. We got the trailer ready to drop for you tonight.
Oh, baby.
Later up, you see it up there, segment 3. I'm telling you guys, I'm so excited. I'm nervous.
Yeah, Adam is nervous.
I'm a nervous
Everyone,
Melon.
if in the comments, tell Adam to stop being a little baby.
The
Trailer is very exciting. Everyone's told him it's good, but he's in his little feels. He's in his just tell him it's good.
Thank you, buddy. Thanks for really. I thought that was going to make me feel good. Made me feel way worse. We're also going to talk about Bones and MPJ, who, by the way, are going to be featured tonight. But first, let's get into these game notes. Michael Malone spoke to the media ahead of the game, and what did he tell us? Nikola Jokic is out. Jamal Murray is out. Joining them, KCP is out, also known as Pope. And AG is also out. So that's all the starters minus one. It's all the starters minus one. I don't know. I want to believe that they're like, Porter, you're out. And he's like, nah, I'm good. I want to play tonight. Like you say, I mean, those guys are out. I'm going for 50. Michael Porter is playing. Now, a quick note here. Malone made a point. Malone, you have to understand something. Very media savvy. He does not say things on accident. Very rare do I ever catch Malone saying something where you could tell he's like, should I not have said the thing? Today he comes out very openly and says, Nikola has not been cleared to play. That wrist, he has not been cleared. That's language, of course. I don't want us to read in too heavy to it. I'm just saying some people have speculated, it's a rest night. He's talked at length, and we'll play a clip later, about he's frustrated that the team can't get on the court together. They need to, and hopefully that is coming later this week. Malone was by no means doomsday. We saw video of Jokic getting warm up, getting some shots up. He didn't look bothered by the wrist, but it should be noted that the team is just not cleared to play. That wasn't the plan going into training camp, that he would miss game 3. Same goes for Jamal. His hamstring, again, Malone didn't say things by accident. He said that's why Jamal's not playing. His hamstring is why he's not playing tonight. So he made it clear that was why. So everybody go ahead and hit the panic button, everybody. No, I'm just kidding. But nonetheless, we got to report the facts.
At what point do the Nuggets cease to be the Nuggets? This is a real ship of Theseus.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. It's whenever Jokic isn't on the court, they're not the Nuggets.
I kind of agree. It's sort of like when Jokic is on the court, they're the Nuggets. When they're not on the court, or when he's not on the court, what are they?
Yeah, what are they? Michael Malone did say that the 2 worst days, he felt like this has been a great, he calls it camp. He says camp is all of preseason, so we'll just say that. But he says it's been great. There's only been 2 bad days, the 2 games, which I thought was kind of funny. He's like, those were the bad days.
Yeah, that has to suck as a coach, though. Like, the only time that everyone else gets to see him, like, it's like, no, for real, he's really good. It's like the WB frog. He's like, no, this guy was talking and dancing and stuff when you guys weren't watching, and now that you guys are watching, like, they don't want to do anything. It has been, like, interesting for him to keep on talking about that. But that's another positive thing, though, because if they were like really practicing shitty and just like not in the mood, then he would be in a bad mood and he would be down on the team and very honest about those type of things. So for them to only have those 2 games, like that's promising. The
WB frog is a great reference. I mean, sure. The one for me, my kids. This was especially true when they were younger. You're working on spelling or writing your name, and they're doing great. They're spelling complex words and everything. And then, like, your in-laws come over, and you're like, watch how good they are. Watch, spell, and then you give the easiest word, they screw it up. You're like, what the hell's going on? You were just doing it. Now you're trying to make me look bad. Michael Malone does want the Nuggets to outwork the Suns. I mean, that was the thing. He just said, like, we've been outworked in the games. All I want tonight is for us to outwork Phoenix tonight. I want all the guys that are on that court. That's what he's looking for. Interesting quote, though, when he was asked, I want to talk about this, the continuity, the chemistry of preseason. Go ahead and play the clip, Kale, so people can see it uninterrupted.
Michael, building that the chemistry with that starting group and also accounting for rest and injury prevention and maintenance, how tough is it to balance that at this point this season?
Oh, really tough right now because of injuries. I mean, obviously Nicola's wrist, that's why he's not playing tonight. He's not cleared to play. Jamal's knee, hamstring is why he's not playing today. So when you have guys that are out, 2 really important players that are out, yes, it makes it hard to create that chemistry. Bringing Jamal and Michael back from lengthy injuries, adding Contavious Caldwell-Pope, and then you have Aaron and Nicole in that starting lineup. So not ideal by any means, but it is what it is. So all these guys are out tonight. All the guys are going to get a chance to play meaningful minutes. And you hope that they can go out there and seize that opportunity and make the most of it.
So you heard it there, not ideal by any means. This wasn't part of the plan. It kind of goes to reiterate, and you saw his comments there. Again, nobody's sounding the panic alarm. Nobody's saying, like, oh, this is going to be a thing. But it is something that just tells you this was not the script. The Nuggets didn't go into it saying play 2, rest, and then we'll go from there. Hopefully everybody's back by Wednesday. I've long said, if Jokic is not cleared and playing on Wednesday, then I think there's reason to be a little concerned. Like, then you start to go, okay, the preseason passed them by. Jamal, same thing. But right now, whatever. Maybe it's just a little rest here. He did mention DeAndre Jordan is a connector. He's really enjoyed getting to know him and that he's been connecting the team, and he has a great voice. He also said the same thing for KCP. And he emphasized that he enjoyed getting to know these vets. And then the last thing was, he cited a thing that I actually haven't thought about. We thought about it a lot last year, but didn't think about it this year, that the team was bad on offensive boards last year. It was the only time. They're always top 3. They weren't. And he said that he's aware of that stat, and it's a big emphasis. He wants guys crashing the offensive glass. So tonight, Michael Porter, Zeke Naji, great opportunity for them to go and crash the offensive boards. Eric, weird lineup tonight. What are you looking for?
I mean, I would like to see MPJ. Obviously, I'd like to see MPJ. I'd like to see Bones, and I'd like to see Bruce Brown. Kind of my same 3 that I've been looking for, with the save Jamal Murray for this entire preseason. I mean, that's Bruce Brown. I still want to get a real sense of who this guy is, what he's bringing to the team, and I would like to see some. I mean, have we already seen this? Who's going to be starting? Do we know that?
I don't know if it's come out yet. I mean, we can kind of scour it right now. Nuggets usually drop it around now.
Yeah, it's probably not going to happen. But I'd like to see the actual bench unit play together more so than the bench players play up with the rest of the starters. Just because I don't feel like they've had any rhythm at all. Like, they've been really scattered. They've been really, really suspect on defense, and they've had a hard time scoring. So I'd like to see just a little bit of like real basketball, something you can actually kind of hang your hat on and be like, okay, look, like these guys are working well together. Bones Hyland and Bruce Brown have got some, chemistry. Bones Hyland and Jeff Green. So I don't know. I just want to see a little bit from this game that's not just like pure spectacle, that has a little bit that can carry over into the season. I don't feel like we've gotten anything yet.
I think tonight might not be the night.
We're not going to. I mean, you're asking me what I want to see.
Yeah, all right.
You're asking me what I want to see. Also,
right.
I thought in the chat I put character dabbing, but it turns out he's doing an elbow cuff.
Deb, what are you looking for tonight, or what do you hope to see?
Well, I'm actually excited about tonight's starting lineup, just because I feel like this is going to be the stagger unit. Trying to, putting MPJ with that second unit and what he looks like, where he gets to take many of the shots, where he gets to be the guy that has the ball in his hands, and then also that two-man game with him and Bones. I really think that this is going to be as close as you're going to see of a second unit, trying to put Bruce Brown in these type of situations. I'm excited to see him because I want something to pop for him, but also this is a role that he's going to be in. So tonight is like the first look we get at like what a real unit will look like. The first night with the starters, that was just like them being excited. I think that was the spectacle. So we didn't get to see what that truly looks like for, like a long stint. But tonight, I think that there's things that you could take away from it and what we're going to see throughout the season.
Yeah. I think mine is what subject we're going to go to in segment 2 here. But before I get there, I'll just give another answer, and that is Christian Brown. He's probably going to play a lot. This is the game Peyton Watson, Christian Brown play a lot of minutes, right? Because the starters aren't there. So they're going to get an extended run. I got to see Christian Brown make some shots tonight.
I got to see him make one shot.
I mean, one shot would be okay, but I would love to see him actually have a good shooting night. And also, not even just that, but look confident. And tonight is the night. Like, you imagine if the starters do play, if Jokic comes back and does play the final 2 games, he might not get until the fourth quarter or second half or something of every game. This is a game where he should get regular minutes, and I just hope to see him get a little bit of a rhythm. And the same goes for Peyton Watson. Like, I've enjoyed him in the first 2 preseason games. Tonight we get an extended look at him, and I just want to see what he can do. By the way, it reminds me, you remember the very first preseason game for Emmanuel Mudiay was against Chris Paul. Chris Paul full court pressed him, kept stealing. Like, he was a dick. He was like, I don't, it's preseason, whatever. I get a chance to get 8 steals. I'm going to do it. So if he's out there tonight playing against these guys, don't expect any mercy. But what I'm really most excited for, you guys.
Oh boy.
After the game on Friday, we talked about it. Michael Porter goes to the podium with Bones Hyland, and he says basically, we got to find more minutes for us, him meaning me and Bones. I'd love to be on the court more with him. Why? Because he understands the tough shots I can take and make. Now, look, it's a hilarious quote. Michael Porter has a way of saying things in ways that like make it hard not to make jokes about. Like, I'm not trying to be unfair to the guy. He's just talking. Like, I don't think whatever. But I will say this. I speculated over the summer that Bones Hyland could be the one to unlock Michael Porter. That, to me, the idea of Michael Porter staggering and Bones and him being like a dynamic duo off the bench, to me, is part of the brightest timeline, and I honestly see it. I'm surprised it doesn't appear to be the plan, but tonight maybe can go a ways towards, hey, those 2 guys look good together. Maybe we should play Porter with the bench more. What do you think, Dev?
Yeah, I think that it makes a lot of sense. Also, you want to talk about getting someone's confidence up. MPJ in these type of situations where he could shoot and not be scolded, I think that goes a long way. He could get his confidence up. He could get his body some game time action, but also the offense is running through him, so he gets to learn those different ways. Tough shot taker, tough shot maker, and then also you have Bones Hyland, who can also, he sees someone else that's taking tough shots. He also could get himself and be assertive in that way, but also run the offense where he's not the primary scorer, but there's other guys that he could get himself going with. So I do think that's 2-man combination. I think it's the most deadly offensive option for them. So just being able to get a flow early and just see how they could move go around each other goes a long way.
We got the starters, by the way. Harrison Wynn just reported. It's basically the bench unit with Michael Porter. This is again, if I could draw this lineup up, Bones Hyland, Bruce Brown, MPJ, Green, DeAndre Jordan, I probably wouldn't have drawn that board up, but whatever. That's who you got there. Look, I like it. I am very intrigued. This is a tough Suns team. They're a good team, but I don't care. I'm excited that we get to see this combo tonight. What do you think about Michael Porter's comments and also the idea of like he wants to play with Bones because he can take tougher shots?
That, man, I don't know. I don't know if I like that. That to me feels like we're going to see like some real like Rucker Park action, like real like Houston Rockets type offense where it's just where the guys are looking for tough shots. I mean, I feel like they can find easy shots for one another. Like, I mean, they understand that both of them can take tough shots, but that's not what we want, right? Like that's
again, I think we can read into the semantics of this. I think more of what he's saying is like, give me some ISO shot. I don't need to run through the offense, get to the corner.
I think what it means is that he's not like Jokic can freeze MPJ out sometimes. Like he just won't give him the ball. He can get upset.
I disagree with that phrasing again, but whatever. We'll go on forever if we keep doing this.
Anyway,
yeah.
So I imagine that Bones Hyland will be a more willing passer to MPJ and will allow him to shoot and get more shots and like allow. I mean, we know what it looks like. We know what a Porter quarter looks like. We know what it feels like. We know what a Bones Hyland. What do we even have a name for that? A Bones.
A boner.
A boner. We all know what a boner looks
boner
like.
quarter.
A boner quarter. But
The bone zone.
the bones. We know what it feels like to be in the bone zone.
Yeah, we do.
And that the two of those things like coming together, it sounds like about the most exciting
Getting busy.
basketball that I can imagine. So hopefully we'll get busy with the bone zone boner.
If it goes for 2 quarters, it's just Viagra.
Oh man, Bones goes
Bones
off for more
highlight.
than 2 quarters.
That's pretty good. The
A
Bones
Bones highlight.
highlight.
All right, I'm done with it. We were getting all creative here. I want to see it. Honestly, it makes sense to me. And if those guys can, Bones has done a great job of unlocking a lot of players, including Bol. No joke. Like the craziest accomplishment of Bones' career might be making Bol, unlocking Bol. So tonight, it is a tough one. Like I would have loved to have seen this against Chicago or Oklahoma City. You're going up against a pretty good team, so this is a tough challenge, but nonetheless, I'm excited to see it. Michael Porter took 10 shots in the first quarter of the last game, you guys. 10 shots. How many is he taking tonight overall? 17 last game. How many shots he take tonight?
21.
21? It's a lot, man.
I think 21-ish.
for sure. He's going to get more time. Like there's going to be fewer people. There are fewer like offensive mouths to feed. There's fewer like willing and able shooters that are going to be on the court with him. Like I can't imagine that Bruce Brown is going to be jacking them up.
Are the Suns playing their full team?
They are. I mean, Torrey Craig is starting, so. But outside of that, it's like Chris Paul,
and that's who's
Booker,
probably
Mikal
going to
Bridges.
guard him. He's going to get some shots up on him on Torrey Craig.
It should be fun. It should be a good one. All right, are you guys ready? Without further ado, if you don't know, some people maybe don't know because they're just coming back to tune in. We went to Serbia, over the summer, actually like 6 weeks ago, and we had an exploration of the culture, the history, the basketball history, and a lot. And we released some vlogs that were fantastic on in and of themselves. We did a bunch of social content, but the big project that we have been working on behind the scenes since that has been a documentary. We'll call it a documentary. It's really just like a feature film. I don't know what you want to call it. It's like a story. We're telling a story of our trip as well as a couple other things, and the trailer is finally here. Let's go ahead and roll that one.
This is a place which is steeped in tradition.
Only the tough guys survive, and backup is not the option for us.
Creativity comes from the normal life. People here need to be very creative to earn for living.
If you want to go to the essence and the psyche of the Serbian people, they want to see you hoist the trophy. They want to see you do it in a Serbian shirt. After 4 years of listening, you're guilty for this is happening. Wars, shortages, queues, ratios, milk, bread, gas, you name it. There is a guy hitting 9 3-pointers in a big final, and we're winning it. One of the best Serbian feelings in history. There is a new generation of Serbian people who are hungry to see that again. Jokic is the guy who can take us there.
Let me tell you a story about an MVP. Is there any part of Jokic's success that surprised you?
Yeah, MVP.
But also a story about Serbia and about a lot of other basketball players.
The ball was basically his only toy.
It's about a culture and tradition that brought about many of the world's great players.
After a couple of practice, he told me, this one will be starter in a playoff. I said, I believe you are wrong.
There is one fat kid, and I don't know if I want to hug him or fight him.
And most of all, it's about a group of friends who went to discover the through lines of a country that gave him their MVP.
After all this, the sky's the limit for him. I think that he will break many more records, that he will surprise us.
Right now, there is not a shred of doubt in my organism which is going to tell you that Nikola Jokic is the best Serbian basketball player to grace the court. That's undisputed.
Woo, baby. I've only seen that trailer like 1,000 times today alone. Yeah, that's it. 100 Invisible Threads. It takes its name from an essay actually by Momo Kapoor, who is a Serbian artist and what have you. Obviously makes a double entendre, us being drawn to Serbia as well as the threads of history of Serbian basketball, which when we went out there, honestly didn't know what this was going to be about. We didn't know we were going out there. We were going to do something. And when we went out there, the story of Yugoslavian basketball history, first and foremost, how basketball arrived in Serbia, how it evolved, how they kind of built a tradition, the founding fathers, all the way up to Nikola Jokic, to me was such an incredible story that it was like, this is our story. I mean, it's us and our journey there.
Yep.
It's us learning. It's us having a good time. It's us having some rakia. That might make it into the thing. It's all of those things, and with some, unlike the vlogs where you're just kind of watching us, but maybe not explain. A lot of this is explaining. Like, hey, you saw this thing. Maybe you were wondering. Let's tell you a little bit about it. Let's tell you about this. Tell you about that. But it's really also simultaneously about the history of Serbian basketball from my eyes. This is not like an objective truth. This is exactly what happened. There are objective truths in there. But it's like, hey, we went on this trip. This is what we learned, and this is what it seems like to us from our American eyes, the history of it. And I'm really excited for it. Dev, what do you think?
I got chills watching that video just because, even being there, I'm still seeing it from the other side. Like, that was like a trailer of while we were out there, so many people are doing so many different things. Like, you and Harrison are doing the interviews. Eric's doing his thing. We're going and we're interviewing different people and sightseeing and things like that. So to see it all come together, the graphics are sick. Hearing the story and hearing it from people that are actually there, know the history, know Jokic, and have followed it throughout the whole time. There's Miroslav, and hearing that everything just comes together so perfect for it all to come together. And then everyone that's watching, hearing it and seeing it, I'm thrilled to just go through that experience. So just super cool how it all came together. But the video, those threads, those are dope. Really, that is dope.
The thread lines. What do you think, Eric?
Yeah, I mean, it is, it is just like a more epic story. Like, it's just, you guys have all seen the footage coming back at the vlogs. Like Adam was saying, things were a little bit more, light and just fun, what we're doing every day. But this is like a bigger thing going on that we're talking about, cognizant of the entire time, learning about ourselves. And also, you just kind of felt it. It was nice to sort of hear it from a lot, some of the people out there, the way that they were talking about it, the way that they felt about it. And for us to be able to absorb their deep-seated feelings about, things that we maybe hadn't even ever thought before. It's just one of these experiences in life that just is so eye-opening that you can never really go back. And so I'm really excited just to sort of relive it, but not only the reliving of what we did, but just to sort of see this large form story come together. And, especially for the American audiences, like to really understand the psychology a little bit more of who Nikola Jokic is, but also like the place from which he has come. And it's just like, it's just a deeper, more soulful story that I think you maybe are accustomed to when you think about Jokic.
100%. And I think like even that, the whole, like, this is why Jokic is the way he is. It's not like that.
No.
It's too heavy handed to say that. It really is like, this is what we learned about Serbian history and culture and the cool stories and our interpretation of those stories. And then you can kind of draw it. There's a lot of things where I think you're going to watch it and you're going to be like, wow, that's so Jokic.
Yeah.
You're going to be there. But I allow you to draw those, those conclusions just kind of coming along for the ride. Hopefully it feels like you come along for the ride on this. A bunch of people asking. This comes out on October 27th. That's 17 days away. So it's not very far, basically 2 weeks. Now, here's the deal. If you guys weren't wondering, this is going to premiere exclusively on Evoca TV, and it's going to live there for a couple months exclusively. Now, why are we doing it that way? One is because Evoca was the sponsor of our trip. They sent us out there. You guys saw that. But the reason they did it was they are testing out this idea. They love us. They really love DNVR. They really believe in us. I mean, they're not just a partner. Our partners are not just here's some money, say some nice words, okay, move on. Our partners always, how can we work together to make both of our companies, especially when they're local Denver companies, how can we make them succeed? Well, Evoca says, you know, if you guys go out there and make this, we pitched the idea. We're going to make a documentary. We don't know what it is. And they're like, cool, here's some money. Go for it. And what was cool about it is their thing was if you make something cool and it's big form, not just like, we always do daily stuff, but if this one's a bigger form thing and we put it on there and it works, meaning people sign up for Evoca. There's a bunch of different ways now coming out for how you can get altitude. It's still tough. I think Evoca is still the best way. And they think if you guys, right before the Nugget season, all sign up so you get to catch this documentary and you sign up using evoca.tv/DNVR, that you guys can watch this. You can catch it. You get your Nuggets all season. It's all coming out right at the same time, the Nugget season and this documentary. And hopefully that means, guess what? We get to do it again and again and again. And we keep getting to propose big projects like this that Evoca says, yes, we'll pay for, because every time you do it, people sign up for Evoca TV and they come and check us out. So that was the idea behind it. I think it's a brilliant idea on Evoca's part. And I hope that trailer and the idea and the concept behind it gets you excited enough that you say, I'm going to make the plunge. I'm going to go for it.
Let's go.
All right. Let's get to a bet. Real quick, Dev, you only got a minute here. What's our bet for the night?
The bet is the Nuggets are losing this game, man. They are losing. -5. I have Suns -5 in the game.
I love that you're taking a minus.
I wish
here.
that there was a halftime bet, because I know that, they're going to have their starters playing, and I just feel like the second unit. But I think the Suns win this one. I don't think that Denver cares right now. They're working things in. They're trying to learn small things about themselves. So they're not, trying to win games. So if that means lose, that means lose. And I want to win you guys some money. Also, I'm 0-2 on the year. So,
so you got to be safe.
Take that with a grain of salt.
I can't wait till MPJ goes for 50 and the Nuggets win by 10, and we get to make fun of Dev on all accounts.
Oh, I can't wait. I mean, Dev hasn't even been close in these preseason bets. What's happening?
It's off.
How do you like that? -5. Nuggets gonna get blown out tonight. Are we gonna have a boring?
Do not care. Can I just tell you something? Do not bet on the preseason. Just do that.
I think you should bet on the preseason. That's fun. Make the game fun. I'm gonna bet on it just so at the end of the game I have something to watch. We do have a super chat that came in. We always appreciate these. Josh 90 says, "Hey guys, love your breakdowns. I just got one question. Why do the Thunder always give the Denver Nuggets so many problems when they play them?" I don't know that I have a great answer for this. I mean, really, you're talking about last year. If you're talking about the preseason of this one, throw that game out. I mean, weird guys played. Jokic only played like 12 minutes or something. So I don't know that this year you can say, last year, was it an anomaly? Was there something that they were doing? Is it Shea's ability to get it into the paint? Was it just the fact that the Thunder suck and the Nuggets seem to not always care about the teams that aren't good? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm willing to say that's a team that gives Denver a hard time. Are you?
Yes and no. I think that Denver kind of plays down to them, and also the Thunder play up, to them. Like the Thunder do play. They make games interesting. They play tough. They have really, they have good team as far as like the personnel, but they're not winning games, and I don't think that they, want to win many games. So that's the one game that I feel like Denver just is like, hey, let's look past them and go to the next game.
We got one more super chat that came in. Justin says, it was great seeing Adam break down the plays earlier today. Would love to see more. I have the entire playbook of the Nuggets I want to release slowly, even into the season, these little plays and do similar breakdowns as the ones that I've done. So if you missed those, they're on YouTube. What makes this play great? The 2 episodes up already, 21 series, as well as the AI series. So about 10, 15 minutes each of them. And I think they're really in-depth stuff. 2 things you can do. 1, become a DNVR member, because the rest of those are going to be going behind the paywall. It's $5 a month. It's not very much. You get a t-shirt when you sign up, so it's a great deal. And then number 2, even if you don't want to sign up for them or whatever, share that with other people. Those videos, we joke, everybody claims that they're their favorite, yet they get the fewest views. So it's one of these code I'm trying to crack where everyone's like, man, you should do more of those. And I do them, and I'm like, it gets less views than a pregame show. So I don't know how to square this, the time commitment and this or that. Nonetheless, I love doing them, and I'm glad so many people love them as well. I also love watching the Denver Nuggets. They're getting ready to start. I'm going to head down to the bar to watch that one. We'll be right back here in the post-game show afterwards. Hope to see you then. See you later.
Let's go.